So we're getting down to the last half of 2025. People are talking about how they're going to sell the peak. They know exactly what metric. They got their special metric. They got everything in place. So we're going to make sure to sell the peak. I talked a little bit about something you want to think about as you execute in terms of mindset, expectations, making sure that you're prepared for what the results might be. I talked about that in a recent update for subscribers of my newsletter. Crypto is easy. I'm sharing this snippet here. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with somebody you know. This is CoinGlass. It's all free. And what you can do, you go to CoinGlass, you can compare the metrics to the prices that you see. And there are all these bubble indexes. So you can look and you can see, okay, well, this bubble index, for example, this bubble index shows that in 2021, we had all these spikes up here. Was this the top? Look at this spike. This was really, really high. And then it came back down, but the price kept going up. And the bubble index kept going up until you get to here. So if you sold here, you said, oh my God, oh, this is great. It's brilliant. Well, you still missed out on 50%. And you did very well, by the way. Or let's look at the NVRVZ score. And I've zoomed in so it's a little bit easier to see. But if you look at the NVRVZ score, like this touchback here, when you go into this zone, that was at $3 and the market peaked at 20. So it goes in here, NVRVZ, that triggered is good. And the price keeps going up. NVRVZ right there, $84, peaked at 262. Here, NVRVZ score goes into the zone at $480, peak at 1,166. NVRV at 10,000, peaks at 20,000, and so on and so forth. I'll put a little chart that shows this. And the thing is, well, you say, okay, well, that's over here. You're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to sell down here. I'm going to wait until it goes up here. And so that's what you say. And then what happens? It peaks, it pokes its head in, and it never gets this high. And you're sat there stuck again. And these peaks, they lasted for weeks or months. So just think about that and think about what your expectations are and whether those are realistic expectations. So you can imagine it's $10,000 Bitcoin and you just written a 10x, 5x, whatever it is, and it's just shooting up like that. 10,000 beginning of December, 4-year cycle hit. It's December of the 4th year. And the OGs, they're bailing. They've been bailing. They're still bailing. This is about the time that all those metrics hit and you're like, okay, well, the on-chain says this and the 4-year cycle and it's all aligned. I got to sell. And now it goes up for another month before it comes back down. And it goes back up. And already we're almost 2 months into it. And it comes back down and we're still higher. We're still too high. And we drop back down. Then we bounce back up again. And now we're starting to get head into February. And we're still above. It comes back down. You're still above. And only now we get into February. Now it comes back down. 3 months. You're like, oh, I got to keep, it's still up. It's still going up until it goes back down. And even then it popped back up again. You're up at 11,000 just later in February. Again in March. And you're up above $10,000 for months. You spent 4 months watching the market go higher, up and down, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, but it's still higher than $10,000. You missed 100%. You could have just held for double your money. Double your money. Think of all the money left on the table. Think of all the stress. Think of all the aggravation. Think of what people would have been saying about you. If you told them, you said, right here, December, everybody's coming in and said, yeah, I sold. I just made more money than I could ever thought I was going to ever pull out of the market. And that was that. They call you're an idiot. How could you? Well, terrible analysis. But it's the same circumstances here are the same circumstances here are the same circumstances here, same circumstances here. And it would be easy to go back in time and say, okay, well, we're just cooling down and we just need to, and this is a double bottom and we're going to go back up. There's so many ways you could do it. Think about 2019. Right here, we got this Zoom. Same thing, you sold, actually, here, I'll give you an example. You sold $10,000 on this one. And now you missed this 40%. This was 40% by the time we get to the peak. 40% upside. And you sold, and you just watched it go up. And by the time it came back down, it's been a month already, almost a month. Up again, back down. Another, is it a month? Yeah, so a total of about a month. And you're pulling your hair out. And even after it drops back down below your price, so you breathe a sigh of relief, bounce like that, and then we go back up again. It's all within the course of months. And you can find many examples. You can pull up the chart, you can see it for yourself. So, but what we know Bitcoin's price can go up or down 50% at the peaks, even at the smaller swings along the way. But you can also say the same for the bottoms. Imagine coming here, the 19, whatever, it drops down. You're like, okay, well, look at this. We're at 3,800. It's the bottom. and you buy and it just keeps going, it keeps bleeding for months. Or like something like this back in 2015, down, up, down, up, down, up, 50%. Come back to 2020, to this one down here, down. Oh, it's dead. How could you buy that? It goes back up, down, up, down. Now this FTX and everything, 50% peaks and bottoms. Metrics, on-chain, everything said this was the bottom. And we still got a low. So I would hate myself more for not maxing out my capital at the bottom of the next bear market rather than chasing the final surges of the bull. A lot of people are waiting for specific data models and cycle theories to signal the peak. And I mean, those are all really useful, but they aren't as neat and tidy as you may think. I put this report out exposing Bitcoin data models and cycle theories. I'll include a link in the summary that goes along with this update. I encourage you to read it if you haven't already.